and a very good day everyone. So today we will learn on Power Query. As we refer in this particular file, we do have a data which has all the sub-department names. So basically what we want to do is, we want to transform our data, we want to transpose our data so that all the department names appear in other columns respectively. So for example, initially we have like sales and marketing. So under sales and marketing, we have like corporate, individual. So what I want to do is, I want to put all the sales marketing in one column, and whatever is the sub departments, it is located in that particular column respectively. So now how am I supposed to do it? So let's get started. So the first thing what I do is, I need to highlight the entire table. So I highlight the table, I go to data, and I click from table/range. This is because I want to go to Power Query editor and I want to transform my data over there. Click it over here, and then you will notice that we will be navigated to Power Query editor. So when I press OK, you will notice we will go to Power Query editor, and in this place where we will do the transformation. So now if you look carefully, here we have all these details over here: sales marketing individuals, and so on. So what I'll do in first and foremost is, I will try to right click over here and I will try to duplicate the query. Why? Because I will actually want to know how many numbers are there. Like we know sales and marketing got 2, procurement got 3, admin 1 office, and finance got 4 office or 4 sub-departments. So what I do is, I need to separate first. I go to split column, delimiter. Click by delimiter. That means you will notice that a box will appear. So I don't press OK immediately. Why? Because here we have each occurrence of the delimiter. So basically I want to remove the first delimiter only. So I click the leftmost and I press OK. And just like that, we have our data which has been separated. The next step is, I go to group by. You can go to home and click group by, or you can go to transform and click group by. So once I click group by, so what I want to do is, I want to count the rows. I want to count how many departments are there. Like is it 2 or is it 4 or is it 1? And I press OK. Once I press OK, so eventually it has already count how many departments actually over there. Then I go to this table 1 and I press here right click, and what I'll do next is, I will duplicate the column. Duplicate this column, and this column I'll try to separate it. So click on split column and delimiter, the same thing what I did just now, leftmost delimiter, and I press OK. And just like that, we have separated it. And then using this, I want to combine with the count numbers. So what I do is, I go to home, I click merge query, and then after that a box will appear. So what I'll do is, I'll click on the second table, table 1, 2. So we cannot press OK. We need to click the matching column. Click like that and press OK. So now we do have this data. So what I need to do is, I need to expand the table. So what I'll do is, I unselect this, unselect, and press OK. So now we have already the numbers. So what I'm going to do next is, I want to actually pivot the column so that the sales and marketing appear in one column, procurement appear in one column, admin appear in one column, finance also appear in one column. So how am I supposed to do it? Well, in this case, what I'll do is, I'll try to create a pattern over here, some kind of index. So in order to do so, I go to transform, I click group by. Once I click group by, I want to use count as the main particular column, and I want to choose all rows. So I click all rows and I put here the name is details, and I press OK. And just like that, you will have the information over here. So this is the count number 2, whereby we have this information of sales and marketing, and then we have for procurement and respectively. Then what I'll do is, I'll go to add column, custom column, and when I click custom column, I want to create a column using the function of Table.AddIndexColumn. Okay, so this is one of the function. I'm going to press open bracket. So first thing is, what table I want to use. I want to use this table over here because all this information is located in this table. So the name of the table is details. And then after that, comma. So what is my new column name? My new column name is index. And then after that, what is my initial value? I want to start with number 1. What is my incremental value? I want to increase by 1. That means like 1, 2, 3, and so on. Close bracket, no syntax error, and press OK. So once I press OK, So now when I click it over here, you'll notice there is a pattern like 1, 2. Then when I click over here, there is a pattern. Then when I click over here, you'll notice there is a pattern. Because when we want to use pivot column, we need to have a proper sequencing. And then what I then need to do is, I need to expand the table. Okay. So I will try to do for all, press OK. So now we have this information. So what I'll do next is, I'll try to remove the other tables, other columns. So I'll remove this and I will also remove this. Okay, so now we have this table over here. So I click on this particular column, go to transform, and then I go to pivot column. Click pivot column. I want to use the pivot column using the values column of sub department name, and I press don't aggregate. So don't aggregate and I press OK. And just like that, we do have our data over here. So I'm going to just remove this column. Here I'll put sales and marketing. Here I put procurement. Over here I change to admin. And here I put finance. And then all these columns I select all these columns. I change into a text format. And just like that, we have already prepared the column. So I go to home and I'll click close and load to, because now we have two queries. So what I'll do is, I'll just click only create connection. Why? Because I want these two queries to appear as a connection. But if just say you want this particular table to appear as a table, what you do is, you put your cursor over here, right click, and then you press load to, and then you press table. So table and press OK. And just like that, you will have the information of this above data. So we can actually use Power Query to transform a single table to a respective column format.